if I gave you a bottle right now of pesticides or herbicides, would you drink it? Then why are you still eating fruit with pesticides and herbicides on it?
Fruitarian, living lifestyle. Learn about the benefits and start now. Eating from the vine and feeling divine. Fruit living with nature's design.
The third danger involved with eating a fruit diet is that you lose way too much weight way too quickly, especially at the beginning. And not just you become concerned, but other people become concerned about you too, because you look like you've lost way too much weight. And it is very common for people who come over to this diet to go 100% raw vegan to just lose too much weight too quickly. And they can see that as being a danger, but the truth is, if you give yourself enough time to feel it out and don't stress about it, just know that, hey, if you're eating from to the point when you want food to the point where you no longer want food, like you're full, you're stuffed, then you're going to be getting enough. Your body is going to go through its own phases. Your body's going to gain weight, your body's going to lose weight based on what it needs to do in the moment, at the time. So if you're losing a lot of weight, don't worry about it. Eat as much coconut meat as you want, eat as many avocados as you want, get as many bananas in you as you want. Eat to the point where when you go to bed each night, like I do, I go to bed each night, and if I can visualize myself eating a banana and it's appealing, it's attractive, I get out of bed and I go eat it. Now that rarely ever happens because I've trained myself now over 6.5 years of eating this way. So every time I get into bed now, I'm not even thinking about food. I'm not even thinking about food. I always make sure I eat as much as I can before I go to bed so that I'm just totally content. Totally content. Food is not an issue. I'm never hungry when I'm going to bed. So if you're losing too much weight, just know that it's very, very common to lose a lot of weight, and it's possible to overcome this by just eating as much as you possibly can. And at the same time, consider doing some strength training. Consider putting on some muscle. Muscle weighs quite a bit. You put on some muscle, you're gonna gain some weight. So do your squats, do your push-ups, go to the gym, do your bench press, do your leg press, all that stuff, pull-ups, put on some muscle, and you'll gain weight. But of course, if you don't do anything and you just eat a clean, simple fruit diet, and you don't do much exercise, you're gonna be super duper skinny long term. All the long-term fruitarians are super, super skinny. Skinny is the default on raw vegan, okay? If you're fruitarian, the default setting is for you to be really skinny. Whereas if you eat a standard diet, just eat what everyone else is eating, the standard default for that is being obese, being overweight, being sickly, ill with all these diseases. On a fruit diet, the default is you being super, super skinny, super lean, and having no diseases. So like, look at me for example, I'm quite skinny, quite lean. This is the default after 6.5 years on a fruit diet. This is what I look like without trying to gain any weight. Without trying to lose any weight. I'm not trying to lose any weight. I'm saying I'm not trying to lose any weight, and it stays off. Stays off. The fourth danger involved with eating a fruitarian diet is that you can isolate yourself. You can make it so that nobody wants to hang out with you, your family doesn't want to invite you out for dinner, your friends don't want to invite you out to go out and hang out or whatever because they think you're going to preach and they don't feel comfortable eating around you. So it is possible to isolate yourself in that way, but honestly, the way I see it is that it's just another form of detox. You're just detoxifying these old relationships that, you know, if your friends don't want to hang out with you, then were they really ever friends to begin with? So you can see it as a way of detoxing, but at the same time, whenever you do hang around people, this is one of the dangers involved with eating a fruit diet, is that you're so passionate about eating this way that you, at the beginning at least, your first 6 months, your first year of eating this way, you just want to preach to everyone. You want to tell everyone how the way you're eating is the best and the way they're eating is probably not the best. But the way you got to go about it, is to just set the example. Set the example and don't preach. Don't even talk about your diet. Just shut up. Just shut up unless someone asks you. If someone asks you about your diet, then you have the right to explain something and maybe inspire them in some way by saying how great you feel. But no matter what they say back, they're either going to be open-minded or closed-minded, okay? And no matter what they say, agree. Never disagree. Just agree with them. Agree with them. Even if you know that you're right and they're wrong, just shut up and smile. Just agree with them. Haters gonna hate, disagreeers are gonna disagree. So don't give them any fuel for their fire. Just accept where they're at right now and just be you, knowing that you are feeling the best that you've ever felt. Because every time you go out and you're hanging out with friends or family and you're like preaching, they're not gonna like that, and they're not gonna want to invite you out. So don't be that guy, don't be that girl who tries to start arguments or pick fights, things like that, or else you're gonna isolate yourself.
Fruitarian, living lifestyle. Learn about the benefits and start now. Eating from the vine and feeling divine. Fruit living with nature's design.